Could you please talk something like about Brazil on international relations? What's its role and what special culture or attitude it has?
You know, in terms of international relations, there's some points of contact between Brazil and in China in terms of vision, because Brazil is also a peaceful country, not inclined to expansion, to being aggressive. We are large, we have enough territory, we don't need any more territory. China's the same thing. So we are much inclined to understand other people. Perhaps China should make a bigger effort to get to know other countries. It's doing that, but maybe more. For example, Brazil is a very diverse country, racially, ethnically, historically diverse. We're a big mixture of all the races you can imagine, or almost all. So we are in a good position to understand other countries because we have other countries inside us. So when we interact with African countries, we're interacting with part of Brazil, which is the African Brazilians. When we interact with Europe, we're interacting with another part of Brazil, Portuguese, Spaniards, Italians, Germans who came to Brazil, mixed in Brazil with the other components of the Brazilian population, and created this unique melting pot. And the Brazilian president, Lula, is very typically Brazilian in the sense that he's the person of conciliation, of negotiation, of dialogue, not a person of aggression, fights, and polemics. So he's a good Brazilian, and I'm glad that he's the president of Brazil now. We've had so many bad presidents in the past, so it's good to have this one. If China comes closer to Brazil, people to people, not only official contacts. For instance, Confucius Institutes are increasing in Brazil. They could be more present, I think I always say to young Brazilians, I say to them, go to China. If I were young, I would move to China and live there. Not forever, but to learn from the Chinese, to get to know something which is very different in very important senses. So, for example, China should continue to be welcoming to foreign students, to exchange programs. Of course, Brazil should welcome Chinese students, and I think we're willing to do that. The United States is hostile to foreigners now. Okay, come to Brazil.